is Ali, and I'm going to be reading a story from the storybook Story Come. The author of the story that I'm reading, The Big Nest, is by Ali Majok. That's my name. The Big Nest. Once upon a time, not too long ago in fact, a little bird sat in a big nest and asked her mother, "Mama, where did Papa go?" Mama shook her head slowly. Tears fell from her eyes. She didn't have the right words to tell her daughter where her father had gone. The little bird wiped mother's tears away. After all, everyone knew that birds were created to sing and not to cry. Mama pulled her little bird closer with one wing and rubbed her head with the other wing, whispering slowly, "Are you sleepy, little bird? Let me tell you a story before you sleep. A very long time ago, we came from a rainbow-colored world. There were white birds like us, but there were also red birds, and green ones, and blue ones, and some even multicolored. We had a good leader who sang beautifully. He had the longest, brightest, whitest feathers anyone had ever seen. Whenever we had to go on a long journey or build a new nest, we would consult him. In return, whenever he would ask us before making any decisions. One day, we heard about a mysterious lake that appeared not too far away from our home. There were rumors that no one should drink from this lake because it was poisoned. It could make the young old, the beautiful ugly, and the kind wicked. Our leader did not believe these rumors and decided to go and taste the water for himself. When he reached the lake, he found it calm, no different from any other lake. The trees and grass around the lake were the same as the trees and grass everywhere else. Without hesitation, our leader swooped down and drank to his heart's content. The water was so fresh, it even tasted sweet. The white bird filled his beak with water and spread his wing and went back to the nest, careful not to spill a drop of the water. When he reached the nest, he emptied the water into the mouths of the little birds in the nest and whoever else was there, even the red birds, to prove to them that the lake was not poisoned. That night, we went to sleep as usual, and very early in the morning, we started to sing to welcome the new day. When our leader woke, he started to sing. An ugly croaking sound burst from his mouth. He cleared his throat and tried again, but again he made that horrible sound. All the little birds that had drunk the water from the lake also sounded strange. Their once melodic voices had become ugly croaks and screeches. Slowly we noticed their feathers were falling off too, and they were replaced with sharp thorns. Even their beaks were transformed into wolf-like canines. Every bird that had drank from the prohibited lake suffered the same fate. "What is happening to us?" croaked the leader. "This is your fault! You made us drink from the poisoned water!" screeched one of the other birds. "Yes, you never listen to anyone!" cried one of the green birds as he pointed a thorny feather at the leader. They made such a racket that the other birds in the nest got scared and started to fly away. "Chase the birds that did not drink from the poisoned lake!" croaked the red bird. Soon all the ugly birds came with their wolf-like canines and thorny feathers and started to fight. They blamed everyone and anyone for their transformation. They felt jealous of us who had our beautiful feathers. We were forced to fly away as fast as our wings could carry us. We flew over forests, rivers, dry plains, and rocky mountains. Finally, hungry, thirsty, and exhausted, we found a big nest where we could all live together. From then on, we live in big nests like this one, where we are now. Mama sighed and closed her eyes and was silent. But Mama, you never answered my question. Where did Papa go? Has he lost his way to the big nest? No, little bird. Your father drank from the poison lake too. Suddenly, they heard a rustling sound near their nest. Don't be scared, called out the voice. It's me, Baba. Mother and daughter peered at the bird that was talking to them and nearly fainted. They did not recognize this bird with thorns and canines. Come with me, the voice said. Let's get away from here. Go where? How can we fly away with all these young? Where will we find food for them? And shelter? We will find a way. No, how can we live with you while you are being chased and you are chasing others? God will look after us. You go away. Little bird had never seen Mama sound so firm. Baba pleaded with her. Even though he had done many horrible things when fighting with other birds, he became weak in front of his wife. But no matter what he said, he could not convince her to fly away with him. Her young were frightened by the monster before them, and she sheltered their eyes from him. He had no choice but to leave the big nest. In the morning, all the birds in the big nest woke up without singing the usual morning song. Mama birds called a meeting. They had heard Baba in the night. They were frightened that if he knew where they were, maybe others did too. Once again, they took to the skies. They flew over forests, rivers, dry plains, and rocky mountains. Finally, hungry, thirsty, and exhausted, they found a big nest where they could all live together again. After some time, they discovered streams nearby where they could fish. They built stronger nests, and most important, they stopped worrying about the poison birds finding them. If you were to go to the big nest today, you would still find little bird there, only that she isn't so little today. With Mama's help, she is learning to fly higher and higher. As for the poisoned birds, they finally returned to their home. But they didn't find their young or their wives or their mothers or their fathers. All they found were destroyed nests. I think that this story was about how when we get clouded judgment, we start fighting with others, and when we use violence and stuff, it clouds our judgment and we can't make proper decisions. Because when the birds were fighting, their judgment was clouded by jealousy, and they weren't really thinking properly. My sister mentioned something the other day. She said that if the river made everything go opposite, the young old, the beautiful ugly, and the kind wicked, why didn't they just go back to the river and drink the water? Maybe that could have been the solution, but they will never know because they ruined everything and they were just fighting and they didn't sit down and think this through properly. and the leader didn't heed the warning about the rumors about the lake. So that's what I